Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be giving my raw reactions to our loss against Newcastle United. If you're new around here, please feel free to subscribe so you can get notified whenever I release new videos. Let's get into it, guys. So what did I think about today's game? If I'm being honest, I'm just so disappointed. I am extremely disappointed. I am deflated because I just feel like we have thrown it away. When you consider the fact that we lost to Bournemouth, we drew against Liverpool, and then we lost to Newcastle, it just reminds me of that, run of games that we had last season where we lost to West Ham, Fulham, and then we drew against Liverpool. Why do we always just have this run of games where we just like lose our head? Title winning teams do not do this. I'm just so disappointed, and I am just frustrated. I'm literally getting to that point where there's no point, man. There's no point in fooling ourselves thinking that we have a genuine chance at winning a trophy, a Premier League trophy with Arteta. And so a lot of people are gonna go in the comments or go on social media and start saying that, okay, well, people are already talking about Arteta and everything. But the reason why people are going to talk about Arteta is December is going to make it 5 years since he took this job. He has spent over 700 million pounds in the transfer window. Most recently, he spent 65 million pounds on Kai Havertz. He brought Kai Havertz to play in as our Granit Xhaka replacement on the left centre midfield position. That experiment failed. Kai Havertz is now an average false nine that just runs around the pitch. We don't have any focal point. We don't have any striker. Spent 105 million pounds on Declan Rice. I am not even exaggerating here when I say that Declan Rice, sometimes when I watch Declan Rice, I see elements of Gareth Barry. Gareth Barry that used to play for Aston Villa and then played for Man City. I see, similarities. There's nothing special about this guy. He's just like a typical, take the ball and run kind of player. He lacks any kind of like creativity. For someone that cost 105 million pounds, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. So you spend 65 million pounds on Kai Havertz, you spend 105 million pounds on Declan Rice. And then you now spend almost 30 million pounds on Merino. And yeah, people are going to say it's early days, blah, 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 whatever. But look at how Merino is playing. This guy's supposed to be like a dual winner, guy that, controls the ball and is very, very dominant. This guy is like lanky, very slow, and he just always makes the safest passes. It's just not good enough. This last transfer window was an opportunity to go one step above. After getting 89 points, we thought that we were finally going to go and get a striker or at least a left winger. Don't even get me started with Martinelli. That guy cannot even take on a right back to save his life. It is not good enough. Martinelli has to be replaced in the team. He is just, in my own opinion, he just runs around like a headless chicken. I don't understand what is going on. As soon as the game started, you could just see that we looked disjointed, almost disorganized. We were not winning our duels. We were not really even challenging properly like you would associate with Arsenal. Newcastle were just like bossing us around. And it's so disappointing because of what happened just last season. Only that this time they beat us hands down. And it's all on Arteta. I feel like Arteta has gotten to the point where he just lacks this tactical fluidity and flexibility to make changes as needed. When Odegaard is missing, you need to be able to like adjust and find ways to play. Yes, Odegaard is a good player, don't get me wrong. But Manchester City plays all the time without Kevin De Bruyne, and they're fine. Elite managers would always adjust. Arteta is always finding it difficult to adjust, to make changes, whether before games or during games. It was clear to see how terrible Trossard was throughout the game. This guy left him there literally almost all game, if not all game. Like, it's not good enough. As a coach, You have to be on top of things. You have to be taking notes and seeing how the game is developing. You don't have to wait until the 70th minute before you start making changes. He eventually brought Uwaneri on and Zinchenko, which in my own opinion I thought was the right move. And I thought it was going to take out Merino and Trossard, but he took out Merino and Martinelli. As soon as he took out Martinelli, yes, he's dreadful, but at least he still has more energy than Trossard. You took out Martinelli, you took out Merino. Nothing changed. I just feel like we are at that point now with the team where we really gave it a good shot 2 years ago in 2022, 2023, and last year. But I feel like we fans were expecting that we still had levels to go up, but I just feel like there isn't any more levels to go, man. I feel like we are going to start declining because the competition is getting better and better. Look at Aston Villa with our former coach Unai Emery. Look at Chelsea. These teams are not playing around. These teams are really coming for that throne. And with how we are playing, we literally have to start looking up to get back into the top 4 positions after today. Because trust me, if the remaining results don't go our way, we literally could potentially be around 6th or 7th by the end of this week. So that is not good enough. How do we go from challenging City year in, year out for the past 2.5, 3 years to what we are doing now? And I'm not buying that we don't have the players. Today we started with Raya, Thomas Partey, Saliba, Gabriel, Timber, Declan Rice, Merino, Trossard, Havertz, Saka, Martinelli. These guys are good enough and better than what we are seeing on the pitch. I don't care if there are a lot of games to be played. I don't care. Whatever excuse Arteta is going to come up with, it's not good enough. Now we have to play Chelsea next week. Let's be fooling ourselves thinking that we're going to win that game, right? Chelsea is not a team that you can literally just fuck around with. They are a serious team now. And they are going to be playing at home. With how we are playing, we have lost 2 away games back to back. I would not be shocked if we go to we go to San Siro and lose. And then go to Chelsea and draw or lose. At that point, we're not even talking about title anymore, which I'm not talking about anymore. We're going to start getting worried about a top 4 race. This is not good enough for the 5th year into Arteta's reign. I'm sorry. I've been fully behind Arteta and I got on the train, and I know that, and I acknowledge that when he took over Arsenal, we were literally sinking. Since then, he has turned the ship around and he has stabilized the ship. I have to give him that credit. But the genuine truth is, I am starting to worry and wonder if Arteta actually has what it takes to take us across the line. Or are we just going to be another Mauricio Pochettino team that is going to have 1 or 2 good seasons where we actually challenge but did not achieve anything? Because that is what it's looking like. I seriously doubt and I seriously worry if Arteta has what it takes to get us over the line. And in my own opinion, it's getting to the point where I'm like, it's 5 years, do we need to refresh? The decisions we are making, selling Emil Smith-Rowe, Nketiah, and not replacing them. I am not against selling those players because we all knew that they were not good enough for us. The only player that you thought you had to bring in was Raheem Sterling. Are you serious? Now, when we are lacking inspiration, when we need dynamism, we do not have anyone to bring on. What is going on? We signed Neto, who is cup-tied, cannot play in the Carabao Cup. What is going on behind the scenes? This drop-off was just so unpredictable. It's so disappointing. I'm just so disappointed, man. I'm so disappointed, and it just hurts so much because I really thought it was going to be this year, man. And it really hurts that I feel like we have just thrown it all away. But yeah, that's what I think about today's video. Again, it's more of just like a rant, just, venting my frustration. Fortunately, I think, the Premier League title is pretty much done. we are not in the running. Yes, it's just the ninth game of the season, but it is potentially 8 points behind Manchester City, you know, and potentially 7 points behind Liverpool. Let's not fool ourselves. We have not been good enough, and I don't think that even if we were to string a run of games where we win, it's not going to be enough. Again, just so disappointed. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think we still have a shot at the title, or do you think this season is pretty much done? Should we just focus on the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Until next time, stay safe, and I'll talk to you guys soon.